Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about another important concept in the circulatory system, that is heart. Especially in the human circulatory system, we are discussing about heart. So yesterday we discussed about human heart, right? The human heart was described by Raymond D. Vieussens. So Raymond D. Vieussens, he had given the structure about he given information about the heart structure. So, heart made up of special type of muscle called cardiac muscles. It is situated in the thoracic cavity and slightly tilted towards left. It weighs about 300 grams in adult. So, very important. The structure of heart, okay, will be have four chambered heart, two auricles, two ventricles. So, the walls of ventricles are thicker than the auricles due to presence of papillary muscles. So the outer epidermium, epicardium, myocardium, endocardium are there, and pericardial fluid is there, like that we discussed in the yesterday's class. Today we are going to discuss about a little bit information about the internal structure of the heart. Okay, what is the three layers surrounded by heart? Epicardium, myocardium, endocardium. The space between these membranes is called pericardial space and filled with pericardial fluid. That all we discussed. So now, the two auricles are separated by interauricular septum. Two auricles are separated by which one? What are the first two chambers? Two auricles, right? So like this is a heart. So this is a heart. First one is auricles. Right and left auricles, ventricles, right? So the right and left auricles. Okay, so right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. So the two auricles are separated by interauricular septum. What do you call interauricular septum? And two ventricles are separated by interventricular septum. So auricles are separated by interauricular septum. Next, ventricles are separated by interventricular septum. So these points you should have to remember. Next, another important point here to remember is because of these septums, the heart muscles, what is called, the heart oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood will not be mixed. What is called, the right side deoxygenated blood, left side oxygenated blood will not mix. So avoids mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood because of these septums. What is the function of these septums? Right auricular, interauricular septum and interventricular septum, they won't allow the mixing of the blood. Means right side deoxygenated blood, left side oxygenated blood. So these septums separating this oxygenated and deoxygenated means right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle, like the four chambers partition is there or not. So that is important. So the septums avoids the mixing of oxygenated, okay, and deoxygenated blood. The auricles communicates with the ventricle through, very important, the auricles communicate with the ventricle through an opening called, very important, auriculoventricular aperture. The auricle communicate with the ventricle through an opening called auriculoventricular aperture, which is girded by the auriculoventricular walls. Auriculoventricular walls. So auriculoventricular aperture which is girded by the auriculoventricular walls. The opening between the right atrium and the right ventricle is guarded by the auriculoventricular walls. So another important one. What is important one? The auriculoventricular aperture which is girded by. So auriculoventricular aperture which is girded by, okay, is auriculoventricular aperture is girded by auriculoventricular walls. What is that one? Auriculoventricular aperture, which is girded by auriculoventricular walls. The opening between the the opening between the right atrium and the right ventricle is girded by. The opening between the right atrium and right ventricle is girded by the auriculoventricular walls. Okay, so this is a very important. The opening between the right atrium and right ventricle is guarded by. So little mistake, is guarded by. What is this? Very important. You should have to observe this stage. So the opening between the right atrium, okay, and right ventricle is guarded by tricuspid wall. Very important point. This is, what is that one? Tricuspid wall. Most important. Okay. So the opening of the right atrium and right ventricle is girded by tricuspid wall. Next, bicuspid wall, tricuspid wall is there. Okay, tricuspid wall, 3 flasps. Bicuspid wall, 2 flasps are mitral valve. So the bicuspid wall opening between the left atrium and left ventricles. Okay, this point you should have to remember. So the opening between the right atrium and right ventricle is guarded by the tricuspid wall. Tricuspid wall have 3 flasps. How many flasps? 3 flasps. Bicuspid wall, 2 flasps, or mitral wall guards the opening between the left atrium and what you called left ventricle. The walls of the heart allows the blood. The walls of the heart allows the blood to flow only in one direction. What you called? Only in one direction. That is another important point. From the atria to the ventricles and from the ventricles to the pulmonary artery. So one direction, from the atria to ventricles and from the ventricles to the pulmonary artery or the aorta. Pulmonary artery or the aorta. These walls prevents the backflow of the blood. What will happen? These walls prevents the backflow of the blood. Next important one. Opening of right and left ventricles into the pulmonary artery and aorta are guarded by. So opening of right and left ventricles into the pulmonary artery and aorta are guarded by aortic and pulmonary walls. So observe very carefully, children. This is the heart, for example. So how many chambers? Right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. In between the right auricle, right ventricle, here tricuspid wall. So in between the bicuspid wall and left auricle and left ventricle, what is in between the left auricle and left ventricle? What is this? This wall. Here the wall is called the bicuspid wall. So next, another important one is there. What is another important one? Here. So here where the pulmonary aorta origin, here the systemic aorta. These walls are called, what is called? Aortic walls. This is a pulmonary wall, this is aortic wall. These two are called semilunar walls. This is tricuspid wall, this is a bicuspid wall or mitral wall. So like this, the walls are there. The walls will not allow the blood to go in 2 directions, will allow the blood to move in the 1 direction. So that is important, right? So opening of right and left ventricles, here right ventricle, left ventricle opening. So pulmonary artery and aorta. Here what will be? This is called pulmonary artery. This is called aorta. So here one what is called the aortical pulmonary walls. This is a pulmonary wall. Aortic walls are called, what you call togetherly called, the walls are called semilunar walls. What do you call this? Are semilunar walls. So semilunar walls are 3 half moon shaped cusps. So semilunar walls are which one? 3 half moon shaped cusps. Okay, this is another important one. So the myocardium of the ventricle is thrown into irregular muscular ridges called trabeculae corneae. So myocardium is there or not? Myocardium. So of the ventricle is thrown into irregular muscular ridges. Irregular muscular ridges called trabeculae corneae. See here, this one. So here this is a muscular ridges called, what is called, that is the cardiac trabecular corneae. it is modified into cardiac tendineae. So the opening and closing of the semilunar valves are achieved by cardiac tendineae. So here what you called semilunar valves are there or not? So this opening and closing of these valves, okay, are under control, are achieved by the cardiac tendineae. Cardiac tendineae are attached to the lower end of the heart. So this cardiac end will be attached to the lower end of the heart by papillary muscles. Heart receives the deoxygenated blood from various parts of the body through the inferior vena cava and superior vena cava. See, inferior vena cava, superior vena cava, the deoxygenated blood, okay, it will go to meet the right auricle. So right ventricle to, it will go to which part? You know very well. It will go to the lungs. Right ventricle to through pulmonary aorta. So pulmonary aorta, which is the lungs. So that point you should have to remember. Right auricle receives the which blood? The deoxygenated blood. Heart receives the deoxygenated blood from the various parts of the body through inferior vena cava, superior vena cava, which open into the right auricle. Oxygenated blood from lungs is drained into the left auricle. Oxygenated blood drained into the left auricle through four pulmonary veins. So this is a very important. So what I am saying is the oxygenated blood will come to from the lungs to the oxygenated blood reaches the pulmonary veins. So what is the function of pulmonary artery? Pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs. What is the function of pulmonary vein? The pulmonary vein collects the oxygenated blood from the lungs to heart. So like this, the pulmonary vein and pulmonary heart functions are there. So next, origin and conduction of heartbeat. The heartbeat mainly by the help of by the support of conducting muscles. The sequence of electric conduction of heart is there. The cardiac cells, the fastest rhythm is called pacemaker cells. So pacemaker cells are there. These cells are located in the right, okay, SCL node, what you call right sinoatrial. Pacemaker cells, it will be located in SCL node, and also on the left side of the right atrium, AV node, and also in the conduction system we will see SCL node, AV node, bundle office and Purkinje fibers are there. These are helpful for the which one? The conduction of the heartbeat. So SCL node is called pacemaker, AV node is called pace setter. Like this, the heart internal structure will be there. Once again, children, listen very carefully. So heart, two auricles are separated by one septum. What is that septum name? That is called interauricular septum. So auricles are separated by which one? Interauricular septum. Next, ventricular separated by interventricular septum. Auricular separated by interauricular septum. Ventricular separated by interventricular septum. What the functions of these two septums? They avoid the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So auricles communicate with the ventricle through an opening called auricles communicate with the ventricle through an opening called auriculoventricular aperture, which is guarded by the auriculoventricular valves. Next, the opening between the right atrium and right ventricle is guarded by what is a very important? So that is called tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve, 3 flasps. Bicuspid valve, 2 flasps. Bicuspid valve also called mitral valve. So mitral valve guards the opening between the left atrium and the left ventricle. So the walls of the heart allows the very important point here. The walls of the heart allows the blood to flow only in one direction, from the atria to ventricles, and from the ventricles to the pulmonary artery and aorta. Walls prevent the backward flow of the blood. Opening of right and left ventricles into the pulmonary artery and aorta are guarded by aortic and pulmonary valves or semilunar valves. The semilunar valves, 3 half-moon shaped cusps. The myocardium of the ventricle is thrown into irregular muscular ridges called trabecular corneae, modified into cardiac tendineae. Trabecular corneae modified into which one? That is important. So this is a irregular muscular ridges. What is that? irregular ventricular is thrown into, myocardium of ventricle is thrown into irregular muscular ridges. What is called? Irregular muscular ridges called trabecular corneae, modified into cardia tendineae. The opening and closing of the semilunar walls are achieved by, so semilunar walls are there or not here? So aortic wall and pulmonary wall. So the aortic wall and pulmonary wall, these are achieved by the which one? Cardia tendineae. Cardia tendineae are attached to the lower end of the heart by papillary muscles. Heart receives the deoxygenated blood from the various parts of the body through the inferior and inferior vena cava means what? Inferior vena cava means which receives the blood from in down parts. Okay, bottom parts like thighs, legs. From there they will collect the deoxygenated blood and it takes to the right auricle. And superior vena cava which open into the right auricle. How, from where they will, the superior vena cava collects the blood from upper parts of the body. So superior vena cava, inferior vena cava which open into the right auricle, they collect the deoxygenated blood. But what is the oxygenated blood? What about oxygenated blood? So oxygenated blood from lungs to is drained to the left auricle through 4 pulmonary veins. So there are 4 pulmonary vein branches are there, or pulmonary veins are there. Through that the oxygenated blood from the lungs reaches the left auricle to left ventricle to through the aorta to body parts. Like this, the oxygenated blood reaches the different parts of the body. The origin and conduction of the heart under control of some conducting system. So conducting system consists of what you call pacemaker cells, SA node. SA node is the pacemaker. Sino-auricular nodes, where it is present on the right atrium. Okay, right side. AV node. It is also auriculoventricular node. What is the AV node? AV node located in the right atrium but left side, the corner near the what you called the right corner of the right side, left side in the right atrium. So this ACA node is a pacemaker. First impulse will be generated. And AV node is helpful for what? Very important thing. The AV node is a pace setter. When the SA node won't work, AV node will work to make the sounds. And also the rhythmic action, how the conduction will be how that impulse will spread throughout the heart, in the sense by the help of a bundle of his muscle fibers and also Purkinje fibers. So like this, the conduction system of the heart consists of pacemaker cells, nothing but SA node, AV node, bundle of his and Purkinje fibers are there. So what are the neat bits in this? So auriculoventricular walls. So auriculoventricular aperture which is girded by auriculoventricular walls. The opening between the right atrium and right ventricle is girded by tricuspid wall. Tricuspid wall how many? 3 flasps. Bicuspid wall 2 flasps. So, and what is another name of bicuspid wall? Mitral wall. Mitral wall girds the opening between the left atrium and left ventricle. The walls of the heart allows the blood to flow only in one direction. So from the atria to ventricles and from the ventricles to the pulmonary artery. So this is a very important. So from the ventricles to the pulmonary artery and aorta, the walls prevents the backward flow of the blood. So opening of right and left ventricles into the pulmonary artery and aorta are guarded by aortic and pulmonary walls. The semilunar walls. Semilunar walls have 3 of moon-shaped cusps. The myocardium of the ventricle is thrown into irregular muscular ridges called trabecular corneae. So the trabecular corneae modified into cardia tendineae. The opening and closing of the semilunar walls are achieved by the cardia tendineae. Cardia tendineae are attached to the lower end of the heart by papillary muscles. Heart receives the deoxygenated blood from various parts of the body through the inferior vena cava and superior vena cava, which opens into the right auricle. Next, oxygenated blood from the lungs is drained into the left auricle through 4 pulmonary veins. So origin and conduction of heart will be under control of performed by pacemaker cells called SA node and AV node and bundle of his and Purkinje fibers. So tomorrow we will be discuss about the conduction system very depthly, and also heartbeat and the cardiac cycle and the cardiac output and blood pressure. These all the things we will be discussing in the tomorrow's class.